Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've hung out with me before. Hi, I'm Rachel, and today we're on movie number 25, The Black Cauldron, and I'm so excited to talk about this movie. But before I get into it, I just want to say thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. And if you're not already subscribed, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. It's super helpful. It helps me out, makes me really happy, and then you get to stay up to date. And if you hit that notification bell, you'll stay even more up to date on the videos that I post, like the animated feature series that we're doing and like my other Disney videos that I do, like the lists and things, and possibly some new content. But yeah, let's get into today's video, The Black Cauldron. So it's not a popular movie, but I've always loved it, even when I was little. Ever since I saw it, I've loved this movie. It was released July 24th, 1985, and it was the first Disney animated feature to not have any songs in it, like specific songs for the film. And I think that is probably why not a lot of people liked it, and also why it felt a little different than other Disney films. It was also the first Disney animated feature to be rated PG, and I thought that was really interesting because you don't really think Disney and higher ratings than G when it comes to animated features anyway, and this one was rated PG. Obviously, like, it is a little bit darker, a little bit scarier, and it was actually the only Disney animated feature to be rated PG until the year 2000, when Dinosaur came out. Speaking of the rating and everything, it actually had to be edited to get down to a PG rating. Again, just more shock. When I was doing my research, I had no idea. But yeah, it had to be edited down to a PG rating. Otherwise, I guess originally it would have been a PG-13 rating because of some of the scenes that were in there. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's pretty dark. The horned king is very terrifying, and some of the subject matter is just really dark. And so I can see why it might have a PG rating now. There is an urban legend about this film, which I thought was pretty cool. My boyfriend thought it was pretty cool too. It was so popular in Japan that the creator of Legend of Zelda, Miyamoto, he based a lot of the game's elements on this film. And I kind of see it. I don't personally play Zelda, but my boyfriend does, and I've watched him play, and I totally can see similarities between the two, so I wouldn't be surprised if this urban legend was true. This film is also loosely based on the first two books in a series of books by Lloyd Alexander, and the two books that it's based on is the Book of Three and The Black Cauldron. So I guess it's kind of a combination of the two. And those books are loosely based on the mythology of ancient Wales. So kind of cool. Everything's kind of loosely based on one thing or the other. This movie also wasn't released to home video until 1998. So this came out in 85. So this was a few years later that they finally released it to home video, which is probably why we went out and bought it. And I remember getting it and watching it, because it didn't come out to home video until the late 90s. So that kind of explains why we would have had it, and I remember watching it a lot because I enjoyed this movie. I still enjoy this movie. I really liked watching it again. I don't know why. There's just something about it that I really, really love. One of the things is probably Henwin, the adorable pig in it. She's so cute and she has these magical powers. So already right off the bat, love her. And then you also meet Taryn, who's the pig keeper, but he has bigger dreams and he wants to be more than a pig keeper. And then we have Gergie. I love him so much. You know, he loves his munchies and crunchies, and he means well. He has a big heart. He's so adorable and just wants to help Taryn and basically, you know, save the day. He's definitely a cute little sidekick. And I mentioned him before, but the Horned King is terrifying. He's actually an honorable mention on my top 5 scariest Disney villains list. If you haven't seen that video, you can check it out. He's on that list for a good reason. He's so scary. Just right off the bat, like, seeing him, you know he's not a good guy. You know he's very evil and dark and scary. And then he actually starts like doing things in the movie, and you just learn his intentions and how truly evil he is. Then you have Princess Elanwe. She is awesome. I really love her too. She's very sweet and kind of soft-spoken, but can take care of herself. And you know, she has the help of this like glowing orb thing too, but really she can take care of herself. She starts to rescue herself before finding Taryn when she's trapped in the Horned King's castle place, the dungeons in the castle. She tries to escape and just happens to find Taryn, and then they help each other. But honestly, like, she can totally take care of herself. She's awesome, and I just really love her. I think she's an awesome character, especially in this movie. She's really, really awesome. So another character that you meet along the way is Fluter Flom. Fluter, they call him throughout the movie, and he is there really as a comic relief, and it gives a good balance to the movie, especially like the way he interacts with the other characters. And then Gergie's there too to kind of give some comic relief as well. So it's just it's a cool little dynamic, in my opinion, and it just helps because it is such a dark movie, even with these funny moments. So it's really helpful to kind of have those sprinkled throughout. And then there are the fairies. They are so, especially the babies, they're so adorable. But the fairies are really cute, cool characters. They try to keep to themselves, but of course, you know, the humans come across their little land village, and then Dolly is kind of like the funny, grumpy fairy in the group, and then of course gets volunteered to help them out and find these witches that supposedly have the Black Cauldron. And so basically, if you haven't seen this movie, first of all, I recommend watching it, but I'll kind of give you a little bit of the plot with all these characters now that you know kind of all the characters in this film. So it is about the Horned King, and basically his goal is to find the Black Cauldron and be able to have this army of the dead so that they can't die, and then he can just take over and rule all the land. And then there's Henwin, like I mentioned before, the pig, who does have these magical powers to kind of show what you want. So the Horned King could use her to find the Black Cauldron, which we don't want to happen. Taryn has to take her away so that the Horned King doesn't find her. And you know, like I said, he doesn't always want to be picky, but he feels like he's meant to do more, and then he's able to kind of do that in this movie, which is cool. So then you end up meeting Gergie, who helps, ends up helping a lot. Not gonna give anything away, but he does end up helping a lot. So they go on this journey. They end up getting taken by the Horned King's like dragon things. So Terran's stuck in the dungeon. He doesn't know where Henwin is. He needs to go find her. He ends up finding a princess along the way, and they help each other escape and find Henwin. And then they end up all escaping along with Fluter, who was also being held prisoner in the dungeon as well. So they all escape, and then when they find the fairies help take Henwin back home and keep her safe, and they basically realize that they need to find the Black Cauldron and destroy it before the Horned King can find it. So then they go on like another little journey to find it. There's some witches that supposedly have it, so they go to find it. And then when you finally meet these 3 witches, they are pretty funny. Despite them kind of being sneaky and tricky, they are funny. They kind of remind me, actually, when I was watching it, they remind me a lot of the 3 witches from Hocus Pocus. You know, you kind of have the 3 different personalities. They, you know, end up finding the cauldron, and then they try to, towards the end, you know, try to figure out how to destroy it, how to stop the Horned King from using it, and creating this evil army of the dead. And so, like I said, I know I haven't really done, like, I've had spoilers in my last one, but I don't know, I feel like with this movie, maybe not a lot of people have seen it. I don't know, maybe a lot of people have and no one just talks about it, but I feel like not a lot of people have seen it. So I don't want to give too much away, especially the ending. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it so you can find out how everything plays out and how it happens. But it is, in my opinion, I love it. I really love it. I know from like other people who I know have seen it, it's not their favorite Disney movie just because it is very different. But if you go in with more of an open mind, that it's just kind of a fun period piece animated feature, like very fantasy, you know, animated movie, I think you'll enjoy it. Don't think of it as like your typical Disney movie, just look at it as an animated feature, and I think you'll like it. But let me know in the comments below if you've seen it, what you think of it. If you haven't seen it, let me know, and let me know if you're interested in watching it now. But I recommend watching it because I love it. I'm going to give this movie 4 mouse ears because I know it's not like the most amazing Disney movie, but I do personally love it, so 4 mouse ears. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, you know, like I said, let me know what you think of the Black Cauldron, if you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, if you agree with me, if you have seen it, if you liked it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It means everything to me when you do, and like I said, it helps you out too because then you get to stay up to date on other videos that I'm going to be posting, and hit that notification bell too to stay even more up to date. But that is it for the Black Cauldron. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a beautiful, magical, wonderful day. Mwah.